Okay, we're at live stream. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our Tuesday Ma'ariv service. Welcome. This is Rabbi Karen welcoming you to our service. We are on Facebook. We are on simshalom.com. We are on YouTube. And I'm just so happy to spend this time with you this evening. So welcome on this Halloween evening. I'm not in costume. I don't know if any of you are, but enjoy your treats tonight. I just cheated and had my Weight Watcher treat. So that's it for me for this evening. All right. And we're now going to begin with our service. So let me pull up. Hi, Albert. Shalom. Albert is on our restream. Okay. Share screen. Let me pull this up. Been 2 weeks since I've done this. I forgot how to do it. Hine matovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, shevet achim gam yachad. As I look at this next line in English, all I could think of is we really do need this. How good it is and how pleasant when we dwell together in unity. And now our call to praise. Baruch et Adonai Hamavorach. Baruch Adonai Hamavorach Leolam Vaed. Praise Adonai, to whom our praise is due forever. Praise be Adonai, to whom praise is due, now and forever. You'll have to forgive me, but the past week, the weather has gotten cooler here in Florida, and the wind has been blowing, and the allergies are dripping. So pardon me if you see me with my tissue. Hama'ariv Aravim. We remember, as we look at the sunrise and we look at the sunset, how Adonai has separated light from dark and dark from light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, b'chochma poteach she'arim, u'v'tvuna mishanei tim u'machalif et hazmanim, u'msader et kol chavim b'mishmoroteiim barakia kirtzono. With wisdom you open gateways, with understanding you alter times. Vary the seasons and assign the stars to their watches in the sky. Ore yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshek v'choshek mipnei or. Umavir yom u'mevi layla, umavdil ben yom u'vein layla, Adonai tzevot shemo. El chai v'kayom tamid yimloch aleinu li'olam va'ed, baruch atah Adonai. Hama'ariv Aravim. Blessed are you, Eternal One, who brings on twilight. Sue Bauer, you're allergic to orange blossoms. I'm allergic to nothing. I've been tested. I am allergic to one thing that's in New York, and I'm not in New York. But the ENT says I have sympathy allergies. You ever hear that? Sympathy allergies, like sympathy pains. So when everybody starts sneezing, so do I. So I guess I don't want everyone to suffer alone. And I get to suffer with them. And I've got a cat here. Hold on a minute. What? What? I fed you. Our cat from 4 months ago doesn't know I'm doing services. And his bowl is filled with food. Everlasting love you offer your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai, our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night, we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel, Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo, Yisrael. And right now, the nation of Israel needs our love and our support. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Blessed be the name of his glorious kingdom forever and ever. And you shall love. And you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. And all these words which I command you on this day shall be in your heart. And you shall teach them diligently to your children. And you shall speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, and when you rise up and when you lie down. And you shall bind them for a sign upon your hand, and there shall be for frontlets between your eyes. And you shall write them on the doorpost of your house and upon your gates. And that you may remember and do all my commandments and be holy, holy unto your God. And by the way, I refound a cousin of mine living in Israel. We lost touch 45 years ago, and he and I just reconnected. And we were having an email discussion about the existence of God. And living in Israel right now, he's finding it very difficult to find a compassionate God. And my response is, we've suffered through that throughout eternity. I often wonder how the survivors of the Shoah, many stopped believing and many still do believe. And I find that incredible. So us living here, we can extend our hopes and our prayers that somehow this all comes to a peaceful end. It's the best we can hope for. And that Israel can survive in peace, continue to survive in peace. They've never had peace in their whole existence, but we can still pray for it. Okay, let's go back. And speaking of miracles, as Miriam and the women went through the parting of the Red Sea, they sang this song, Mi chamocha bailim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot, osef eleh. Who is like you, O God, amongst the gods that are worshipped? Who is like you, majestic in holiness, awesome in splendor, working wonders? Your children witnessed your sovereignty, the sea splitting before Moses and Miriam. This is our God, they cried, Adonai will reign forever and ever. Thus it is said, Adonai redeemed Jacob from a hand stronger than his own. Praised are you, Adonai, for redeeming Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Gaal, Yisrael. Chashivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, v'achamidenu malkeinu l'chayim, uvrosh aleinu sukat shalomecha. Adonai, bless us all in these extremely troubled times throughout the world. Shield us and remove from our path all hostility, disease, war, famine, and sorrow. Please remove hate from the hearts of so many. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings. For you are a protecting and saving power. Truly a sovereign power, gracious and compassionate are you. Guard our going and our coming in life in peace now and for all eternity. Spread us over your shelter of peace. Guard the families of those who are suffering. Protect the loved ones of those who have passed. And protect those who are living in this daily torment. Baruch atah Adonai haporei sukat shalom aleinu v'al amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. Blessed are you, Eternal One, who spread your shelter of peace over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Yitgada v'yitgada shemei rabav, yamad yirach yirutei v'yamlich malhutei, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל. בעגלה, בעגלה, ובזמן קריב, ויאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבא מבורך, לעולם לעלמי עלמיה יתברך. יתברך וישתבח ויפר וירומם וינשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה. שמי קדושה בריחו. לעילם בכתה ושירתה. תושבחתה ונחמתה תמירם בעלמא ויאמרו אמן. This Torah portion is called Vayera. Now, I find it interesting. When I used to, pardon me again, when I used to write up these Devar Torah for the rabbinic class, I'd sit down in the back patio with all my books, my iPad, enjoy a little bit of Florida sun, and I'd start to read. And I would read and I would read until something would jump out at me. The lesson, every rabbi takes a theme on how they write. I discovered my theme is, the moral of the story is, how could we improve ourselves to reflect the Torah portion? What is Adonai trying to tell us? And this one became almost a negative. I want to read it to you. 3 angels go to Abraham and tell him that Sarah will bear a son at her age. Upon hearing the news, she laughs. She could not imagine a menopausal woman nearly 100 years old would have her first child. His name would be Yitzchak, meaning laughter. Zochek means laugh. As my Hebrew teacher used to say, Zochek, ha, ha, ha. And so he was named Yitzchak because Sarah laughed. 2 angels go to Lot's home in Sodom. Lot invited them into his home to stay overnight. He made a feast and baked unleavened bread. The people of the city surrounded Lot's home. This was an unsavory crowd, demanding the strangers come out, in which they would then be raped. Lot offered his 2 daughters instead, who were virgins. But the crowd pushed forward, but they were struck with blindness. And the angels revealed to Lot that they were sent to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. Lot, his wife, and daughters had left, but his wife turned to look and was turned into a pillar of salt. His daughters dwelled in a cave with Lot. As they thought the earth's population had been destroyed, according to Rashi, as the generation of the flood, they decided to get their father drunk and be impregnated by him, since there would be no other men to give them children. Abraham traveled south and said about his wife, Sarah, "She is my sister." And Abimelech, king of Gerar, took her. Adonai stopped Abimelech from touching her, preventing him from sinning, saving Abimelech's life. According to the women's commentary, taking Sarah was against her will. If she had been Abraham's sister, it would not have been a sin. Sarah gives birth to a son, Isaac. We saw Hagar's son, Ishmael, making merry. Rashi said this could have been a form of adultery, having illicit sexual relations, or an expression of murder. You remember, Sarah couldn't have a child, so she gave Hagar, her handmaiden, over, and he had his firstborn, Ishmael. So Ishmael was making merry of some sort, and Sarah commanded Abraham to drive Hagar and Ishmael out. Although displeased, Adonai told Abraham to hearken to her voice, that Isaac will be called your seed, and Ishmael will be made into a great nation. The Akedah, Abraham is tested by binding Isaac and told to kill him as a sacrifice. Because Abraham did as he was commanded, Isaac was saved, and Adonai will bless Abraham and multiply his seed as the stars in the heavens, and that the sand and is multiplied as much as the sand is on the seashore. Abraham was told his descendants would inherit the cities of their enemies. Having attended a conservative shul most of my life, I learned what I could not do in a shul. As an adult, when shul shopping for my family, I discovered a reform shul that I had never been in before that allowed me to learn and practice Judaism without restrictions. A new world opened to me that would lead to my journey to become a rabbi. Major childhood influences in my life were a very strong mother, a very strong grandmother, and my aunts, all involved in our religion, but all limited to a women's role in Judaism. Did they feel limited? I will never know, but I felt their approval as I thought over my decision to become a rabbi. The Torah is a mirror of the past, what life was like 4,000 years ago. This parsha reveals to us how women were treated as chattel and abused, not only by men, but by women also. Lot offers his daughters, according to WRJ.org. Judith Plasko notes, in Lot's treatment of his daughters, and in the Torah's lack of comment on that treatment, we could see the casual acceptance, indeed the invisibility of violence against women that is so ambiguous in many cultures, including our own. Tamar Kadari states another midrash in Agadat Bereshit regards the daughter's act as punishment for their father's own sexual promiscuity. Lot thought that if he were to dwell in Sodom, he could engage in licentious behavior without anyone's knowledge. He accordingly was punished by his daughters engaging in intercourse with him. The women were being used to punish their father. Sarah was taken against her will. As Abraham said, she was his sister. According to Rashi, Abimelech did not ask her. She was forcibly taken against her will because she had been taken to Pharaoh's house as, this is the lesson, once a woman is taken against her will, it's okay for it to be done again. Sarah repeats the abuse to Hagar, sending Hagar and her son with barely enough water and food to die. A woman doing this to another woman? Or was it Sarah, accustomed to being treated like chattel, to treat another woman that way? As we have looked at the role of women in biblical times, from chattel to today's egalitarian positions women have today, you can say, we've come a long way, baby. But we still have a long way to go. Each Rosh Chodesh is greeted by the women of the wall, supported by liberal men and women from Israel and the U.S., trying to bring Torahs to Hakotel to celebrate, but not without violent incidents. But they do it, trying to pressure the prime minister to keep his promise to create an egalitarian section of Hakotel. I'm sure right now that's not the first thing on his mind. We've come a long way. It's still a struggle in our religious lives as in our secular lives. I dedicate my part of the struggle to these beloved women in my life, whom I like to think are smiling and nodding their approval. Okay, let's go back to share. Oh, you know what? I haven't checked on Restream, and we still have Albert there. Welcome again, Albert. Okay, let's go to. So let's take a few minutes to listen to the prayers in our hearts and in our minds. Oh, say shalom bimruma. Uyase shalom aleinu. Ve'akol Yisrael. Vimru. Vimru. Amen. May the one who causes peace to reign in the high heavens. Let peace descend on us and all Israel. And let us say, Amen. Thank you, Ziona. And why won't there goes the chat. Okay. And now a prayer for healing. So please type in the names of all those who need our healing thoughts and prayers. And okay, thank you, Barbara and Andy, for being on. I want to start with Sid Joyce, Boomer, Luna, and Sammy, Rob and Lisa's daughter, Ronnie, Seal's daughter, Rabbi Allison's daughter, Hannah Bat Leola, Miriam Bat Shulamit, Carrie, daughter of Bonnie, Leslie, Mindalea Bat Chaya, Maxine, Marsha, Marlene Bat Sylvia, Bobby, George, Stu, David, Cantor Avadia, Samantha, Judy and Steve, Paul, Joel, Jordan, Stephanie, who was in remission, Shana Bat Shlava, Samir, and Naomi. All those terminally ill, especially Erica, LND, and other cancer patients, and those in Israel who need peace and healing. Toby, Dorothy, Marlene, Jean, David, Bob, Sherry Claimer, Diane Fishman, Joy Wagner, Ellen Friedman, cousin with liver issues, Grandma Franny, IDF, and all suffer from PTSD, Stephanie Dunn, Robin, Barbara, Georgette, Stephen, Toby, Andrea Bat Marcy, Solomon Ben Rachel, all the sick in the world and our loving pets, those in Israel who are suffering, all those who have hate in their hearts. May the hate turn into love and compassion. And all the Sim Shalomers here who need our loving, healing thoughts. Roy Carey, Eric, Gabe, hold on, I'm losing it. Ellen F., Granny Franny, families of Adam Johnson, Joanna Bot, Charlene, Chava Bot Elsa, Pearl Bot Ethel, survivors of violence in Maine and Florida, state of Israel, including hostages, innocent bystanders, IDF, Toby and Al's wife, and all Sim Shalomers needing healing, and love and compassion to the families of the hostages, John Hall, Michael, and Sarah Gray, those in Israel who suffer, all who need healing. Toby, Alan, Tracy, Marvin, you want to unmute and tell us the names? You muted. Okay, go ahead.
Dawn Allnut, Nelson Respaldo, Dawn Allnut's mother, my brother, myself.
All right, thank you. All right, let's get back to share screen. That's the wrong screen. Mishe Beirach Avotenu Mehol Habraha Limotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishe Beirach Imotenu Mehol Habraha Leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula liotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kikoyeh haratzot, v'lo samanu kimishpachot hadama, Shelo Som Helkenu Kahem, Vigoralenu Kehol Hamanam, Anachnu Korim, Umishtachavim Umodim, Lifnei Melech, Malchei Hamlochim, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. V'ne'eman Haya Adonai L'melech al kol ha'oretz Bayom hahu Yeh Adonai echad U'shmo echad. We recall the loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who have died in the season and years past, and those whom we have taken into our hearts with our own. The memories of all of them are with them. Our griefs are with us. Our griefs and sympathies are mingled as we praise Adonai and pray for the coming of his kingdom. Yitgadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah, v'yalma divrah hirutei v'yamlich malhutei, b'chayechon v'yumechon, v'chayei dekol beit Yisrael, b'agalav zman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehi shmei rabbo mevorach li'olam amei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipar v'yiruman v'yinaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalei v'yitalau, shmei d'gudusha b'rechu, le'ilam minchor b'chata v'shirata, tush b'chata v'nechamata, tamiram v'yalma v'yimru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael, v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'rumav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'yakol Yisrael, v'yimru amen. And may all those who are in mourning be comforted by the one who comforts all. So I want to thank you all for being here this evening. It's been a pleasure to be back, and I thank you for all the prayers that you sent my way. And be safe this Halloween. Don't go out and eat too much candy. Or don't eat too much candy that the people bring into your house. You know, that when they don't show up, we eat the leftovers. But be safe. Follow us Monday through Friday on Sim Shalom with a whole lot of rabbis. And of course, on Friday night, Rabbi Steve. So again, be well, be safe, be happy. And our prayers and our hearts go out to all those who are suffering in this wave of anti-Semitism and in what's happening in Israel today. Take care, all.